So the NBA bubble so far has been a massive success, but not all the teams can say that about their seasons. Teams like the Bucks, the Rockets, the Clippers probably wish they could have a few of those games back. Some tough losses, some unexpected streaks of greatness. James, what has stood out to you the most?
First of all, I'm going to start that Clippers series, obviously, but I want more focus on the Nuggets here. Jamal Murray is this guy who we didn't think he was going to be. He's always been a guy, he's clutch, he comes up in that moment for them, when it really matters, but these 40, 50-point games he's stringing along, where he's really carrying this team offensively over the course of the game, being that guy. It's a really welcome sight for me, but it's not something I expected. I didn't expect that leap to be taken this year.
I think that all eyes were on Skinny Jokic heading into these playoffs, and Jokic has been good. That game 7, he clutched it out.
Oh, 100%.
But Jamal Murray's been carrying this team. He did not show up last playoffs, and he has definitely showed up this year. That Donovan Mitchell series was one of the most entertaining things I've seen.
Oh, 100%. And I think that Jokic being this guy who can take over offensively and facilitate. If we have a scorer like Murray that is going to be more consistent and, showing this dominance that we haven't seen him show before, this Nuggets team is going to be scary. Even for a team like the Lakers, you want to say that this could be a competitive series. I think the Lakers are going to beat them 100%.
I think so as well, but I thought the Clippers were going to beat them. The Clippers, what the hell happened? They have every piece they need. What are they?
It comes back to entitlement. It really does. It's coming in thinking that you are oh yeah, of course we're gonna get that shot at LeBron. Of course.
Yeah.
Because we're worth that. Because we are that. Because we are that LeBron buster team that everyone thought we were going to be. And you keep believing that, and then it's almost like in football when you would run without catching the ball.
Yeah.
You gotta catch the ball and run.
Yeah.
All right. This is a prime example.
They were
looking at LeBron. They want to run down the field. They didn't even catch the ball yet. And
Pat Bev and Marcus Morris telling Dame about Cancun in the regular season like they were going to go to the finals or something.
Listen, you look at these guys, what if it's Donovan Mitchell showing heart out there with Jamal Murray showing heart? I saw no passion of play from the Clippers. I saw no drive. I saw no... It maybe comes back to team chemistry. But maybe that's why load management is flawed during this seasons where you really need to build as much chemistry as possible. Kawhi comes into the Raptors because they already have enormous chemistry. Nick Nurse is not going to allow that not to happen. He could be inserted into that. This is a whole new team. This is a whole new environment for this Clippers team. They're finally coming in with expectations. Obviously, you need some time to gel.
Paul George, we said before the bubble, we called Paul George out, called him a bum, and he proved us right. George Paul, Pandemic P, Damian Lillard called him a chump for running, switching teams whenever it gets hard. You think that Paul George walks this year? He didn't make the finals again?
It's literally, I want to go back to Paul George. I don't want to let him off the hook. You cannot run from situations where things get hard and expect you to last in these moments. Mm-hmm. All right? You're at the Pacers, you don't think you beat LeBron. You're at the Thunder, you don't think you win with Russell Westbrook or come out of the West. You keep running away from these things when adversity comes your way, and you're just going to find yourself choking at every single given playoff. Because who did the Nuggets beat? The Jazz. Who handed playoff P maybe his worst, before this, his worst, playoff loss? The Jazz. And this is what you're going to get to. You're going to be running in circles. You're not going to be that guy who comes up for your team when they need you. And to be honest, this Clippers team had leads going into in 5, in Game 6, even in Game 7 had leads.
Yep.
So obviously, you're right. It's not ability. It's mental wherewithal.
The Clippers will be back for sure. The Rockets, I'm not as sure. I don't know if that team has reached the peak of whatever they're trying to do over there.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that you could... They find themselves very similar to the Sixers as an expensive, above-average team, slightly above-average team.
Yeah.
That I don't think is going past the second round. And you need your star players need to be able to shoot. In the last 10 years, no one has won the title unless you have a bevy of shooters or you have LeBron.
They have shooters.
That's it.
But I think what they're missing, James Harden said they're one piece away. I think that piece is a stretch 5 that can shoot. I think that they traded in Capella for Robert Covington. They just went all into this PJ Tucker's playing center. Mm-hmm. And like everyone predicted, when you find LeBron James and Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard in the paint, and all you've got is PJ Tucker, it doesn't last for a 7-game series. I think that Clint Capella play where they would just run a pick and roll and give him the little lob to finish the alley-oop, that was important to their offense to just get to the rim, as opposed to James Harden has the ball, they force him to pass it out to Tucker or Covington, and those two guys have to make all the threes. They have to keep making shots. You're relying on your role players.
Yeah, I do agree. I think they're one piece away. Do you think the Mavs are one piece away?
I think the Mavs. I don't think that Kristaps can be the second best player because I mean they basically went the whole series without him. Like he didn't have play a factor at all. He got ejected. He got hurt. And you see Luka going out there putting on a show.
He was killing it in the bubble. He is an amazing player when he's healthy, but he is too fragile, I think, to rely on as the 2.
Yeah.
If he's your 2, you're going to be relying on just your 1 half the season, which is a problem. I mean, obviously, with people opting out, with people like Bojan and other people, this playoffs was definitely altered a little bit.
I think that the biggest surprise to me we haven't talked about yet is that the 1 and 2 seeds in the East both fell. First, the Bucks. The Bucks, they look bad. Like, I thought they were a championship team. Giannis is not it, apparently. He's not enough.
Dude, your star player needs to be able to shoot. Your stars need to be able to shoot. You can have shooters, but your stars... It's the modern day NBA.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, if you're Russell, and this is 2005, you're probably the best player in the league. You're probably up there. But you can't... The times have changed. And I think that you have to look at a guy like Giannis and say, like, it's adapt or die in this world.
He got hurt and they won that game. So, like, I don't even know if it's like Chris Middleton went off. Like, I don't think Chris Middleton can be the second best player on a championship team. But I think there's a version of that team with and without Giannis. And the one that runs around Giannis, like, got stopped in the playoffs because it didn't work just having him have the ball all the time. And then the team without Giannis, like, is just a regular team that has shooters and stretches the floor and
moves the ball.
It works. Like, it won them a game, but you need to find a way to make it work with Giannis. I think you have to go get Chris Paul. I think they need a star.
Chris Paul would be awesome.
If Giannis leaves and joins the super team, we're gonna see another Warriors like league ruining era.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, what if Giannis goes to the Heat or the Lakers? Like, please no. Why is everyone rooting for
Don't
this?
ruin the parity while we still have it, because I think we have it right now.